Good afternoon, this is BremSter, and today I'm continuing to try and record the Joyful Moments pack. I keep forgetting the name of the pack. Joyful Moments pack by Sandra and Nala. And this puzzle is called Puddles. It's a puzzle called Puddles, not a puzzle called Puzzles. If your puzzle is called Puddles and you paddle in... Never mind. Again, I've tried to get the rules above. I've trimmed out some stuff. It's tricky. Again, this was over 200 words of rules, and yeah. Anyway, so let's have a look at the rules, shall we? So one thing Nala loves is when we take a walk after it rained. When we take a walk after it rained is to walk through or even jump around in puddles. She even likes to take a quick sip from each one. Do they taste different? Today, after a heavy rain, Nala is greeted by loads of puddles that make a path a bit difficult to find. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 into every box, row, and column. So that there are... I'm trying to read and like this verbiage while explaining. Into every box, into every row, and into every column, we have to place the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. Right. The grid is partially covered in fog. Entering correct digits will clear the fog from surrounding cells, possibly revealing more clues. So, for example, if I was to place a digit here, all of the cells that touch that and the cell itself will have the grey removed, and we might be able to see more clues beneath it. Digits in cells that are connected by a white dot are consecutive. We can't see any, but if there will be white dots in the grid. Cells that are connected by a white dot are consecutive. Digits in cells that are connected by a black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio, or one is double the other. I prefer saying 1 to 2 ratio or 2 to 1 ratio. 1 to 2 apparently is the American way to do it. Then not all possible dots are given. Which means it would be perfectly fine for this to be 3, 6, even though there's no dot there. Help Sandra avoid stepping into puddles. Shade some cells, the path, such that all shaded cells are orthogonally connected and no 2 by 2 is entirely shaded. So this is similar to a puzzle I did earlier. So we have to draw a path so that the entire path is orthogonally connected. So if the path did something like, now it's allowed to branch and everything, but if the path was like this, that would not be allowed because this section is not orthogonally connected to that. It's only touching at a tip. So orthogonally connected means the entire path, if I was to chop that shape out of a piece of paper and pick it up, it wouldn't fall apart. This would not be connected. This is a separate piece of paper. If I did that, it's now a single piece of paper. But I can't have a 2 by 2 entirely shaded. So you can't have a small, like a place where you can put a bench in the path. It has to be a path. There can't be a little cul-de-sac. Every contiguous set of unshaded cells is a puddle. Now, blue doesn't show up. I've found that blue does not show up very well on... Oh, it's not too bad, but I can't really see the fog. But I'll try and use blue. Each puddle has to contain exactly one circled cell. Okay. The circled digit indicates the size of that puddle. Puddles cannot touch each other orthogonally, but may do so diagonally. Additionally, every puddle contains each number from 1 to its size exactly once. Okay, I'll restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So, these are all puddles, but they're all different puddles. So this can't connect to this, and this can't connect to this. So these are both path, and the path has to connect. But this is a puddle of size 1. So this is 2, 4, 8. Now, why do I say this is 2, 4, 8? And that's a 4 in the middle. So why do I say that? Because on a black dot, these large black dots, anyway, on a black dot, you can only have 4 possible combinations. You must double a low digit to be its even double. So 1 can double to 2, 2 can double to 4, 3 can double to 6, 4 can double to 8. After that, you get 5 doubling to 10, and you are outside the realms of normal Sudoku. So this couldn't have a 1 or a 3 on it. So it had to be 2, 4, 8. Now, you can never put 3 on a run of 3 digits like this anyway, but this had to be 2, 4, 8, and without the 1, with 2, 4, 8, the 4 is always in the middle, but basically that's the way it works. If there was no 1, 3 here, a run of 3 dots meant this also could have been 1, 2, 4, but 2, 4 always had to be in here, but we've now got this. These are now... They're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6, 7, or 9. Now this This can't be part of the 3 because puddles, every puddle contains each number from 1 to its size exactly once. So this isn't part of the puddle, and this can't be part of the 3 puddle. So this has to be part of path, but this could be part of path as well. In fact, it has to be part of path because otherwise these would be connected. So these puddles both have to grow, and therefore this has to be a 1 or a 2, and it can't be because, right, and it can't be a 1, so that's a 2. This now has to be, this 3 has to grow by 1. It can't grow to there because it would have to be a 1. So this is part of the 3 puddle. That is a 1, and I have to completely surround that puddle with path. This puddle now needs to grow. This path needs to get out. This puddle needs to grow. This path needs to get out. This puddle needs to grow. These are 2, 3, and 4 because I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the puddle. These are 2, 3, and 4, and now I need to put a 1 in the puddle somewhere, and it has to be in one of those 2, and I can't put it there because there's already a 1. So that is the 1 in the 5 puddle, and those are all on path. This path has to get out. This is consecutive. There must be an even digit on a consecutive dot, and 2, 4, and 8 are not available. So this is from 5, 6, 7 and must contain a 6. So there must be a 9 in here. So this isn't a 9, neither's that. This is the 9. This is a 6, 7. So this is actually a 6, 7. And these are 5, 8, and 9. That's cool, Sudoku. So this is a triple. 1, 2, can't be 1, 2, 4. Haven't found any more circles. Each puddle has to contain exactly 1 circled cell. This puddle has to get out. This path has to get out. This is a 6 or a 7. So this is the size of the puddle, and each puddle has the digits 1 to the puddle size. So this can't be... So every 1 has to be in a puddle. No, I don't know that. I don't know how many puddles there are. Every contiguous set of unshaded cells is a puddle. There's been a set of puzzles recently where you are creating sets like this and they all have to be unique. It doesn't say that puddle sizes here need to be unique. Each contiguous set of unshaded cells is a puddle. Each puzzle has to contain exactly 1 circled cell. The circled digit indicates the size of that puddles. Puddles cannot touch each other orthogonally but may do so diagonally. Additionally, every puddle contains each number from 1 to its size exactly once. So there are a maximum of 9 puddles because I've only got 9 ones, but it doesn't mean I have puddle sizes 1 through 9. But what was I saying? Oh, this is the size of the puddle, so I cannot have an 8 or a 9. That's the 5. There's no 5 here. This cannot have a 1 or a 2 on it. So this is either 3, 6 or 4, 8 for the reasons I mentioned up here with black dots. Oh, 5 makes that 6 and that's 7, which means that's not 6, so that's not 3. But again, I can't put 8 here, so that's not 4, because I can't put 8 in a 6 or 7 size puddle. I can solve puddles. 1, 2, well, maybe 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, and these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But I don't know. So 1, 2, 4 means this is from the 1, 2, 4, 8. These are 1, 2, 4, 8, and they're not 1 or 2. So this is 4 or 8. So this is not a 1. 1 is down here. But the path could go like this way and connect up and then sort of branch up there. That would, I mean, this puddle has to grow, but this is getting tricky again. This can't be 4, 8 now because if that was a 4, 8, that would be broken. This is 3 and 6. That's so cool. Ooh, so this and this are different puddles. So that has to be on the path. This puddle now needs to grow. This is so cool. Do I know what I'm doing? No. No, I don't. I have no clue. Okay, there's no 3 there. I am without clue. Well, I own a copy of the movie Clue. Does that count? This can't be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Can't be 4. This is 7, 8, 9. It can't be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 2, 3, 4. It can't be 3, 4, 5. The next one is 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, 8. So this is 7, 8, 9. These are 1, 2, 4, 5. So that is 1, 2, 4, 5. It's not 1 or 2. This is 4 or 5. Now, I don't know that puddles are unique sizes, but this puddle can't grow to there because this puddle has to grow down because, and that makes the, oh, that's so cool because it can't grow to there because if it grew to there, this would be inside a puzzle with a smaller digit than it, which was of a size smaller. And we know each puddle contains the digits 1 through to, I'm falling over my words, but that is so cool. So this, if it was a 4, that would be an 8. And again, there'd be a higher digit than the size of the puzzle, which doesn't work. So that's the 5. That's a 4, which makes that a 2 and takes 2 out of there. Was there something about... No, there's nothing about dots being both in or out of path or anything. But this is a different puddle than this one. So there has to be path in both of those cells or these 2 puddles would be connected. And I can't connect puddles. There's no 5 in those. So this is a 1, 2, 4 triple, which means the 1 is in there. That's not a 1. Oh, this is the 8 because 7, 8, 9 only works one way. Well, it works 2 ways, but either way, there's an 8 in the middle. And that 7 makes that the 9 and that the 7. If that's a 1, ooh, this is 1, 2, 4, 8. I'm not sure. Well, that's not a 1 or a 2 because of those. So that can't be a 1. That's the 1. That's a 2, 4, which makes that the 8, that the 4, and that the 2. Now, this still has to grow, and it can only grow to a cell that is smaller than 6 or 7. And it has to contain all of the digits to 6 or 7. So this has to go here. It can't go here because it's not on the path. It can't go here because it's higher than 6 or 7. That is part of that puddle. This can't be part of that puddle. This can't be part of that puddle. So that is path. This could be, otherwise I'm getting a 2 there, which might be possible. This is 3, 6, isn't it? It can't be 1, 2. It can't be 2, 4. It can't be 4, 8. So that is 3, 6. This is so cool. Now this, it can't be, this has to be path because it can't be, the only puddle it could be part of is that one, and that is a 5 puddle. So that is path. Now I'm having to avoid 2x2s here, which hasn't come up yet, but this puddle needs to grow. And I can't, yeah, each puddle contains each number from 1 to its size exactly once. This puddle still needs to grow, but I can't have 2 4s in the puddle. So that's a 1, that's a 4, and the puddle can't grow to there now because then I'd have 2 digits in it. This puddle needs 1 more cell, which must get from there, and the only digit it's missing is a 3. These are now both on path. That can't be a single cell puddle because if that, well, first of all, this part of the path has to connect up, but it couldn't be a single cell puddle because there's no circle in it. This part of the path needs to connect up, so it needs to come here, but even that's not connected. So this path needs to come out this way, and then this puddle needs to come out this way, and then the path needs to continue to grow. Now this, I've got no clue what's going on there. It could be a 2-size puddle. I could just be leaking a small puddle. Oh no, it can't be 2, 1. So this has to be at least 4. It can't be 4. This is at least 5. So this is 5, 6, or 7. It can't be 1 because it's already 2. That is a mistake I made. This may not need to grow. This does need to come out. Oh, it can't be a 1. So it's at least a 2, so it does need to grow. So that now the path needs to grow. So that 1 is what forced that. But I had made the deduction by just leap, and that was wrong. But now it's correct. It can't be 3. It could be 4. No, it can't be 4. It could be 5. It could be 6. It could be 7. Why can't it be 2? It can't be 2 because then this can't be 2. Because if this was 2, this would be the extent of the puddle and this would be 2, 1, and that doesn't work. It can't be 2. So this is 5, 6, or 7. So this puddle needs to grow. This puddle needs to pick up a 2, but it could pick it up there. And if that's a 7, I need to get a 6 somewhere. This couldn't have been part of the puddle because this needed to get out. I'm hoping I did that right. This 4 makes that the 2, and 2 comes out of there. I think I did that right because I had this. I hope. Yeah, this had to go this way. Oh, it couldn't have been part of it because it would have connected those, and that wouldn't have worked. That's why I couldn't go down. So no, this has been correct. Oh, the 3, 6 makes that the 7. That is a 6, and now all this needs is a 2, but it could be in either. Oh no, that can't be a 2 anymore because of that 2. So that's the 2. So this needs to pick up a 2, and the only place it can get it is there. So that's the puddle, and that locks all of those onto the path. This is a 5, a 6, or a 7. This has to be part of the puddle because I can't have a 2 by 2 on the path. I hadn't forgotten the rule. Oh, this has to be puddle because I can't have a 2 by 2 on the path. Okay, I had forgotten the rule. There's a 1 in one of those. Don't know that. Actually, I know this triple. 7, 8, 9. That can't be a 9 because it would make that an 8, and it can't be. Oh, that's a 7. No, not a 7. That's an 8. If that was a 7, that would have to be a 6 or an 8, and it can't be. That's the 8. That's nifty. We have more puddleage. I'm going to say it because I always do. I would have potentially made these circles slightly transparent, so when you highlighted, you could actually see a bit of the color through it. And I would have made these dots smaller. I'm not a fan of these very large dots. They really do interrupt visual acuity. Okay, anyway. This is... Well, this could be a size 1 puddle if all of that was path. But this is now 7 or 9. This needs to grow, but I'm not sure how. But I can't put 8 in here. Actually, what's this triple? 7, 8, 9. Well, there's no... So it gives me a 7, 9 pair. 8 must be down here. So that's a 7, 9 pair. Actually, can I do something with this? This has to, if this is a 3, this is a 2 because it can't be a 4. If this is a 6, it can't be a 7, so that's a 5. So this is a 2 or a 5. If this comes up, the puddle could come out this way. So 2 is over here because I can't put 2 there. 2 is not in any of those cells because of that. 4 is the same. I can't put 4 in any of those, can't put 4 in either of those, can't put 4 there. So 4 is in here. But that puts 2 in, oh, that puts 2 right there. 2 can't go in those, that's a 7, 8, 9, that can't be a 2. That's a 2. This now has to be 1 or 3. Not sure. I know this needs to grow and it needs to get low digits. Like it's going to have to pick up a 2. And the 2 it picks up is probably going to have to be in here, though it might be able to be up here. This is going to have to be less than 7, 8, 9. In fact, I can't put 8 or 9 in here. So what are these? There can be 1, can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, can't be 6, 7, 8 or 9 because of those. So this is 1, 3, 4 or 5. Now, which means that this can never go up because that would be higher than the sum. So that is not on it. That is not in this. This could be part of a separate puddle maybe. It'd be tight, but maybe. Like there could be a puddle that's doing all of that or something, because this needs to be picked up by something. But, and I need to connect these up somehow. There's no 2x2s I'm looking to avoid at the moment. But there is a 2 down here. If this was to pick up that as its 2, that could be a 1 and just a puddle on its own. I don't see why not. One is in one of these. Now this needs to pick up a 1. There's no 1 there. This puddle needs a 1, but it could get a 1 from over here as well. Oh, this 8, of course, makes that the 2 and that the 8. And this is now a triple. 1, 3, 4. There's no 1 there. So 1 is in one of those 2. It's not quite enough. This is a triple. 2, 5, 8. Well, that's not an 8. So the 2, 5 pair makes that an 8. And this is part of an 8 size puddle. Now I'm starting to get some interesting stuff happening. Because I can never put a 9 in an 8 size puddle. So that's interesting. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, for example. Let's say that was all part of a puddle. I can't fit that many more puddles up here. Now, could I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This must connect. Well, maybe not. No, it must connect, because even if those 2 were involved, I can only use the maximum with the white cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this has to be at least... This has to be at least a 4 size puddle, because this has to be lower than the size of the puddle. And it can't be. Those are part of the same puddle. These 2 are definitely part of the same puddle. How they connected, though, I'm not sure. But the 9 in this box is not part of the puddle. But these two are part of the same puddle. This could be part of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like the puddle could do that. If that's a 7. That 8 means there's an 8 down here somewhere. The 2 makes this the 5, which makes this the 2, which makes that the 3, and that the 6. This could easily just run across, you know. That's not a 5 anymore. 3, 6, or 7. 6 must be in one of those two. 3, 4, or 7. There's no 3 there. So 3 is in one of those two. 3, 4, 7, 9. 3 or 9 in there. That's just a 9. Hang on, is that right? 3, 4, 7, 9. 3, 4, 7. That's just a 9, which is not part of any puddle. So the puddle has to come out. So these are now 1, 3, 5. So there's no 3 here anymore. This is a 6, 7, which looks like making that the 4, that the 3. That's the 7, which makes that the 9, which we know is not part of any puddle. Or at least none that we've found. And I don't think we can't fit a 9-cell puddle anywhere in this now. Now, these are not 3. These are a 1, 4. This 8 needs to get a whole bunch of low digits. And it could come to here, but it can't come through here. So it needs both this 1 and 4. Where's it going to get its 1? Okay, where's it going to get its 2 from, first of all? It can't grab that one. It can't get all the way down here because it would have to connect up with that puddle. The only 2 it can get is that one. Great. Which 4 is it going to get? It can't take that one. It can't take that one. That's already allocated. The only 4 it could get would be down here, and it would have to come through here. It can't do it. It's taking that. Where is it going to get its 1? It can't get a 1 down here. It would connect up with this, and there's no 1 up here. It has to take both of those cells. Now, these are 5, 6, and 7. Now, it must take the 5 and the 6 from up there, but it doesn't have to take the 7. It could take that cell and that be a 7. That 9, of course, sorry, it makes that an 8 and that a 9. There is a 5 in here. There's no 3 there. So 3 is in one of those. Oh, can I do more with this? I know this has to grow, so it's taking at least one of those. This isn't a 1. Why did I mark that? Oh, it's not a 1 because of Sudoku. That matters. Oh, that's not a 3 either. That's the 5. That 5... is not that helpful. It's really feeling like if this was a 5, it would get, say it took all of those digits. Where would this could get its digits in here though, couldn't it? So these are 2, 3, 4, and 6. So there must be a 6 in here as well. There's no 2 there. 2 is in one of those two. If this is a 3, It'd have to go something like 1, 2. I think there is some pressure on this, but I can't see how. I need to resolve this somehow. There's no 7 in there. That's what. Because this 6, 7, that 8, no, that doesn't do anything though. That's completely unresolved. How can I have so much of this grid? So I need to get a 4 into this, and it has to come from one of those. And I need to get a 2, but it could potentially come from there if that's a 1. So I could go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That could work. Maybe. I don't think it's possible that that's the 2 for this. It's unlikely, but possible. 5 is in here, but I don't see. Okay, if this was a 1, all of that is on path. It doesn't, like this path needs to connect up somehow though. This path needs to connect up somehow. Now there's at least, hang on a minute, if this took this, if this was, this path needs to get out. It's that simple. It's that simple. This path here needs to connect up with its buddies. That needs to be on the path. So this isn't the 2 for this. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it went over here, this would have to be a 1. But it might still be able to do that. It might still be able to do that, except there must be a 4 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It might be able to do something like, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I don't think it can get to there anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It can't get to there anymore. So the 2 and the 4 are down here. So this can't be actually, can it be a 5? Can I take all of those and possibly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That seems okay. Because then I could just take those 3 for the 8. But the 8 could still take that one and then just 2 of those. Except I can't take that one or that one, because if I take that one, if that's not on the path or that's not on the path, it's not connected. So both of those are puddle. That one, however, doesn't have to be. Because that could be a 7, that could be a 7, and that could be on the path. And that could be the 7 for this puddle. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me think about this again, because I've already got a 6, so I can't take another 6. Right, I can't take another 6, so the path has to come in here. Now, it's got to get its 5 from one of those 2, but it could get its 7 from there. I completely misread that. So it must take at least one of these. And if it took that one, that would be an isolated path. So it's taking that one. The question is that one. Now, this can't be a 6. Can't be a 6. So this It must get a 5 in here, so that's not a 5. But it still could get its 7 there. I completely misunderstood this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's either that cell or that cell. I'm terrible at path puzzles. This can't come straight down, but it has to connect up somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has to come around here. But could it take... It can't... Could it take that cell? If this came up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this could then... No, because it must this must take 2 of these cells. Because this must take 2 of these cells. If this comes up, if this was on the path, then both of these would have to be puddle. That would have to be puddle to get out, and then this section is isolated. So this, whoops, this cell here is puddle. Now the path must continue. Now I need to take another one. Now if this was puddle, yeah, hang on. If this was puddle, how do I connect it to this without isolating the path? There's no way to do it. I can't connect that puddle to this puddle or to here without chopping off this. So that's not the puddle. This is the puddle, and that is a 2-4 pair. Actually, I don't know that's a 2-4 pair. Well, I know there's no 8 here. So let me roll those back to where there were pencil marks. There's no 8 here. Actually, let's keep rolling until that. There's no 8 here. But could that... No, this also can't also be puddle because then I'm isolating it. The path has to come up through here. That is forced. And then where do I get the 2-4 for the puddle? They are there. That is forced. The 2 looks down, making that the 4 and that the 2. That is absolutely forced and absolutely clever. Cleverer than me. Man, these puzzles make me feel like an idiot. That's okay. I've got one available. Okay, now, this path has come up to here. Still need to make this work. It's not a 4 anymore. That's not a 2, so this is a 2. The 4 makes that the 1 and that the 4. There's no 1 here anymore. Now we've got some stuff happening. If this is a 3, either way, this needs to pick up a 2. It can't use that one. It can't use that one. It can't use that one. This 2 is in this. And it needs a 1, and the only one it can't use that one because... Oh, could it get a 1 down here? No, any 1 in this box would be connected. So that's the only 1 it can get, and it must be from here. I've cleared the fog now, have you noticed? So that 1 is for this. Now, if this was a 5, I would need to get a 4 and a 3 into this puddle. And the only way I could do it would be to pick up 2 more cells, which would be those 2, and they would connect. That's a 3, and this is ended. Picking up that 1 means that's not the 7, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That becomes part of the puddle, which means it's not a 6. That's the 6. I'm learning. I'm doing the Sudoku learning here. These are 3, 4, and 6, but there's no 3 in them. That's a 4, 6 pair, meaning that's the 5. The 4, 6 looks over, making that the 3 and that the 4. The 4 makes that the 6 and that the 4. I'm doing Sudoku learning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 and 7. But I haven't locked this down yet. Where do I get a 3 for this? I can't put a 3 into any of those cells. The only 3 I can pick up is there. That's the 3, that's the 1, that's the 7, that's the 1. This needs a 1, and it has to be that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Either this stops or it picks up. If that's a 7, that would have to be a 6, and it can't be. That's a 6, that's a 7. That is so cool. And I had to connect the path up anyway. But here's my path and my puddles. I have found my path and I found my puddles. Okay. Now, this 6 means that's not a 6. This is a 7, 8, 9, and it's not a 7. The 8, 9 pair makes that the 7, and I can take the 7 out of those. 8, 9, I don't know. I've got to be close. So 5, 6, 8, 9 go into these. Oh, there's an 8. Has to be in one of these. Right, the 8 is looking down. Making that the 9. Making that the 8 and that the 9. Making that the 5 and that the 9. These 5, 6 and 8. There's no 8 there. 3, 6 and 8. Where's 3 in this row? That's a 3. This is 5, 6, 8. And there's no 5 there. And the 6 looks down, making that the 8. So that's the 6, that's the 8. This is a 5, 6 pair. And the 6 makes that the 5, that the 6. The 5 looks up, making that the 7, that the 5, which looks down, making that the 9, that the 7. The solution looks great. Whew. So many puddles. Some of them were really deep, others more shallow, but long. Nala isn't picky. She loved all of them just the same and had a great time. This puzzle pack's been out nearly a month. Only 1,000 people have done it. That's not fair. These puzzles are really cool. That was stunningly fun. Absolutely stunningly fun. Oh, I do need to like the puzzle. That was so fun. I'm not very good at these path puzzles, but I'm learning. So much fun. Thank you for sending the pack through. Now, Sandra and Nala sent the pack through. They did not request that I do these as videos, but they gave me permission to do so. So this is me doing it because I wanted to solve the puzzles. It's not like there is no feature request or anything for this, but I just wanted to do it. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm really enjoying this series. This series is great fun. Yeah, hope you're enjoying them as well. And as always, good luck with your solving.